What is going on, folks? Welcome into another episode of the Final Drive podcast and YouTube. Damn, I gotta find a word for that, guys. I really do. The Final Drive multimedia. Forget it. What is going on? It is Alec, DeAndre, Devonta here at the Sour Kids Production Studios. We have Kenneth running the boards once again. Gentlemen, I know we had some things planned to discuss tonight. However, more pressing matters have taken over, that including the biggest news that happened literally right when we pulled up to the studio today. The Green Bay Packers announced they were trading star receiver Davante Adams to the Las Vegas Raiders for a 2022 first-round pick, a 2022 second-round draft pick, and the Raiders handsomely paid Davante Adams, averaging at a 28.5 a year over a 5-year deal. Devonta, I'm going to throw it to you first. You're the Raider fan, obviously. For those who can't tell, he is the Raider fan.
I came in prepared. Didn't know this was going to happen. I thought we were going to be talking about Chandler Jones, but...
DeAndre, hey. Did he change in the car on the way up here?
Oh, yes, he did.
Oh, okay. Lie on my name.
He was quiet.
Hey,
he was quiet.
all I got to say...
He was quiet pretty much most of the car ride.
I was sure. I had to listen to Disney songs and sing them, so I was...
There's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing
Tune it
wrong
out.
with it, of course.
But I enjoy a good jam out, but yes.
Yep.
My man Alec over here too quiet, bro. We got to get loud. One nation, Raider Nation. We just got Davante Adams. You too damn quiet with DeAndre. I know you mad about it. You don't want to show it, but you bad. But let's talk about what this does for the team.
What does
First
it do
off,
for the team?
We didn't expect this, and this just shows you a new regime that is in office doing the due diligence. Because at day one, shout out to Graphic Raider as well. I watched his content on YouTube. He was talking about the same thing. Day one, everyone was kind of frustrated with the team because we didn't make no moves. We weren't doing anything. Everybody was making moves. Russell Wilson getting done. Khalil Mack. Everybody making moves but us. We were patient. It's the Patriot way. We took the Patriot way. Patient, waited. Day two, you start seeing... Well, we saw the Mad Max Crosby re-sign. That was about it, though. Then you see day two, day three, we start getting Chandler Jones. We start making moves, making the trade with Yannick, trading Yannick for Sin City, as I call him now. That's the name. The corner out Rocket Sin City. And also for Chandler Jones, Mad Max Crosby, how about Crossbones? Shout out to somebody who said that in the comment section, Crossbones. I like it. But yeah, it's gonna be great for the team, man. And having this big receiver can do it all with Darren Waller, with Hunter Renfrow, and you didn't give up anything. And you still have Josh Jacobs, you still have Kenyon Drake, and you brought in Brendan Bolden. AFC West is going through the Raiders. It's going through Vegas.
I mean, I'll say this to Devonta's point. I mean, I know last week, DeAndre, you were kind of clowning the Raiders for not doing anything, as Devonta just mentioned. But, I mean, look, you know the connection is there between Carr and Adams.
Shout out to Derek Carr making the move.
Playing college ball together at Fresno State. You know the chemistry is there. You already have Darren Waller. You have Hunter Renfrow.
And you bought the house last week in Vegas. That you said, supposedly
and you bring in arguably the best pass rusher on the market at Chandler Jones.
To put opposite Mad Max.
I mean, look, this division's going to be fun, right? It's going to be a fun division to watch.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a fun, competitive battle for that AFC West.
Steaming over there.
For that AFC West title. No, I'm not.
You know, low-key you mad.
No, it's, I mean, it did catch me by surprise. If anything,
I think you're just mad because it's your brother's team.
Pretty much, yeah.
Well,
I mean, that's how it always is.
When we gave up. I told him, I called it for weeks.
But, look, I look at it.
Oh, here you go.
Right now, because and when I said this last week about the Raiders being last place, for now, I said that for now, as far as how the roster was looking last week. Obviously, it changes, and I said that last week. It will change every week based on movement. Mm-hmm. So now, at this point, it's funny, but you might see the Chiefs, they look like they're last in the division at this point. Because they haven't really made any moves. They lost Tyrann Mathieu. They did get Justin Reed from Houston, which he's a solid player, but
I still think they're better than the Chargers. I think it's Raiders, Chiefs, Broncos, Chargers.
I think what helps the Chiefs is they have the best coach in the division with Andy Reid.
Right.
You have the best quarterback in the NFL in Pat Mahomes. So you have talent at certain positions.
Hill and Travis
Kelce.
Yeah,
Hill and Kelce. So that still gets them that respect, But at the end of the day, they got to make some moves now to keep their foothold on the division. That first place locked in division. But yeah, this is going to be really challenging. Congrats to the Raiders.
And also, to go on with DeAndre, I got to say, so I'm just hyped up right now, so I'm talking a lot. I usually don't talk
That's understandable.
Right,
it's all right.
But this is honestly the best. This is going to be the best trio next to Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill in the league, probably. Because I mean, they're probably the best trio, right? Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, and Pat Mahomes. This is probably the second best one. Because there ain't many tight ends better than Darren Waller. And they're damn sure ain't no better wide receiver than Davante Adams. And Derek Carr, say what you want. He may not be the guy.
I mean, he's still the worst quarterback in that division.
That's fine. No, that's fine. But I think he's good enough to win you a Super Bowl. I'm going to say it now. I think he can win you a Super Bowl.
I think so.
And I think he's gotten better. He's shown he can get you game-winning drives. I think it's the best trio in the league, right next to the Tennessee trio.
That's not a totally, like out of the park statement.
Is there anybody else you taking over it that you could think of? I'm not even including Josh Jacobs and Kenyon Drake in the running game, but just the tight end, quarterback, receiver duo.
No.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head, I can't think of anybody else. I mean, sheesh. I mean, you look at this division entirely, right? You look at the Chiefs. We know the Chiefs, they were an overtime period away from the Super Bowl last year. Mm-hmm. The Broncos obviously add Russell Wilson and don't give up a whole lot, so they keep their offense intact, and you add Russell Wilson. They bring in Randy Gregory from the Cowboys, and that was their star pass rushing target from the beginning. The Chargers, Brandon Staley came in known for his defense. That really didn't happen this year with the Chargers, so what do? They go and trade for Khalil Mack. They go out there and they sign
J.C. Jackson.
J.C. Jackson, the corner from the Patriots. They go out and sign they sign another guy. Austin Jackson from the Giants. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, buckle up, folks.
Iron sharpens iron. That's all I got to say.
Buckle. Realistically, there could be 4 teams. All 4 of those teams can make the playoffs.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be really fun to watch. I mean, I guess that it's that West Coast. I mean, the NFC West now, it's kind of like the AFC West. So the AFC West is like the NFC West, how it was
a year ago.
The past couple of years.
The only thing I would say that's different, I agree it's competitive, but I think all 4 of these offenses are going to be crazy. I think all 4 offenses are better. Like in the NFC West, think about it, you don't have that many. Like the Niners weren't really a powerful offense like that.
Yeah.
Now you have this offense. All 4 of these offenses can go off. And I think, you know what? We deserve this, Raider Nation. Because after what AB did us, we deserve this win. I told my boy that. I said,
shit, after last year.
After last year, we had that rough year, and we still fought through, man. Shout out to Mark Davis doing his thing also. But the AB thing more because AB was traded for. We thought, same like this. We thought, oh, man, we got AB, best in the league. And never got to see it. So
that's true.
Yeah.
Now to go on to this point, because I want to talk about the Packers.
Yeah, we got to have a discussion about them.
Thank you, Packers.
What the fuck were you thinking?
They couldn't make the cap, bro.
But this is what gets me and I lose all respect for Aaron Rodgers officially today. I've lost it now. Davante Adams is the guy who was keeping you afloat, keeping you here, keeping you at the top of your game, to where we said, "Oh, that's Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers. They're the 2 best quarterbacks, like Hall of Fame quarterbacks in the NFL." Mm-hmm. Davante Adams, without him, that Packers offense was lackluster.
You still have Aaron Jones.
It's still have Aaron Jones,
back.
Yeah.
But you see the Packers, the receiving depth. Besides Adams, they didn't get anybody in the first round for years.
Lazard, right?
Yeah, they have him.
And Scanlon's getting lots of looks from teams, so there's no guarantee he's back in Green Bay.
Yeah, and they restructured Randall Cobb's contract. Which,
now, I believe Tunyon's still a free agent as well.
You still get Julio Jones or Jarvis Landry, though. You always say you love Jarvis Landry.
But Julio Jones and Jarvis Landry.
They're not Davante Adams. I'll say right now.
Then it goes to the point of I'm not to cut you off. But then it goes to the point of, is Aaron Rodgers that guy? Everyone talk about Aaron Rodgers that guy. He's the best quarterback.
We're about to find out.
I'm saying we're about to find out if he's that guy.
No, but it's just. Well, I think of it as selfish because, I won't say selfish. I'm gonna say selfish. Let's look at this. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
But we look at Tom Brady. How much Tom Brady making a year? Tom Brady making 25 mil.
You can't use Tom Brady.
And you see how the Bucks are built their team.
You can't use Tom Brady as the example.
Why not?
Because Russell Wilson did the same exact thing. Russell Wilson didn't want to take no pay cut to get that team built up in Seattle.
Breeze did his last couple of years.
Yeah, Tom Brady is all about winning. It wasn't about the money. It's about winning. Aaron Rodgers wanted to get his bag. It was still about getting paid. We know that when he got the contract. It was about getting paid still. Russell Wilson didn't want to lose no money. Most of these quarterbacks still want to get their bag. No, and they want you to make it work around them.
Let me ask you this: in Seattle, was there anybody that was leaving via free agency that Russell Wilson let go because I'm I don't want to pay.
Well, a lot of that talent
There was
left-
nobody that was really leaving Seattle.
Well, a lot
Or they
of
didn't
the-
have any time.
A lot of the talent that
leaving.
left though was due because you knew you had to pay Russell Wilson a heavy load
Like
of
who?
salary. That most of that defense, you couldn't keep a lot of those guys.
Richard Sherman was falling off. He wasn't progressing.
No, before he got his cut, he was still solid.
He was kind, but he
But,
was
but
Earl
then,
Thomas.
he
but
was.
then,
Earl
him,
Thomas wanted out
but then
himself.
him and Pete Carroll had the fallout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same with Earl Thomas. Cam Chancellor was forced to retire because of an injury.
Yep.
Bobby Wagner was the guy they cut. Well, granted, that's different. Never mind.
Which
Scratch
I
that.
don't
Yeah, scratch
understand
that.
either. But no, I just
See, here's
if I'm Aaron Rodgers, I feel like the Packers they let go of Zadarius Smith because of trying to restructure.
They're gonna bring him back.
because of Aaron Rodgers'
Yep.
contract.
they were
let go
slow.
of
They were
Davante
slow to free
Adams.
agency
Yeah.
because they were trying to renegotiate Aaron's deal. And then, really, if you think about Aaron Rodgers, the last 2 years, he's kept the Packers hostage. The Packers could not make a move, whether it was signing guys, whether it was attempting to trade him the last couple of years, because they simply did not know what Aaron was going to do. And now, and the reports say that Aaron Rodgers knew during his negotiation that Devonta was not going to come back. Yet he still signed the extension, which for a 4-year deal, it makes you wonder because the report was it was either going to be re-upping with the Packers or retirement, right? Mm-hmm. Why would you go and sign a 4-year extension if you're pondering retirement? And then you willingly, without putting up a fight, you let Davante Adams walk for... I mean, look, to give up a first and a second in this year's draft for Davante Adams, that's a steal for the Raiders.
Yeah.
I'd do that 10 out of 10 times.
Well, what the Packers are thinking, there's this deep receiver class. We can find a guy in this class. That's on a rookie contract.
but nobody...
Devontae, no receiver.
No,
Nobody's
I know
in
nobody
the-
wants to give you Davante Adams production. But what if they were like, we don't want to pay $28
No,
million.
that's the Packers' fault because the Packers should have realized I got to pick one or the other. And Aaron's towards the end of his career,
What
he's
do
like,
you, what do you pick then? You pick
I would pick
quarterback.
Davante Adams. How
How many teams going to pick the receiver over the quarterback?
You drafted Jordan Love for this reason, right?
But that's the thing also. We saw Jordan Love play last year. He wasn't ready.
You play one game.
And he wasn't ready.
One game on the road.
How do you look?
But then you got to think, he didn't go into the offseason preparing as a starter.
No, for sure.
He went in as a backup. So, but that's the reason you drafted Jordan Love, right? That's the reason.
But that never made sense either. None of that.
It didn't make sense, but
They've
it's-
been not making sense.
No, we're agreed. The Packers
we are.
the Packers are dum-dums.
We are.
At the end of the day, the Packers are dum-dum.
They are.
Because you should have chose, logically speaking, if Aaron was the guy who wanted out to begin with and has kept you kind of pigeonholed because you really can't do anything until Aaron makes up his mind, forget it. I'm going to pay Davante Adams what he wants, and then I'm going to let Aaron go or retire.
Oh, I would pay Devonta Adams last year. I would try to work him out last year. Already.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Because I wouldn't wait till... Because I think that Christian Kirk thing really changed a lot of heads. Because a lot of guys, Allen Robinson, and a lot of guys were waiting like, hey, Christian Kirk got $18 million a year as a slot who's not even that guy. Devonta Adams probably like, oh, bro, franchise tag, yeah, that ain't going to happen. And I think that was the start of it. I think that Green Bay went into it thinking, oh, we got Aaron Rodgers back. That's Devonta Adams' guy. He'll come back on the franchise tag, and we'll run it back and try to win a Super Bowl. And that ain't the case. Devonta Adams said, I want my bread, and I don't want to be here. And I think also part of it is how. Let's be honest. Maybe Devonta Adams was frustrated with the whole Aaron Rodgers situation. I mean, I'm sure that's hard for a team like going through all that through a whole year because you didn't know what was going to happen.
Yeah.
It's exhausting.
That's true.
So,
I mean, I would have thought because
Aaron Rodgers not surprised by anything. With
yeah,
Aaron
because
Rodgers.
I look at their friendship, and like Instagram, the whole Last Dance thing. So I would think that those two are very close. Whereas Devontae, because we all thought, oh, if Aaron Rodgers gets traded to Denver or gets traded in the offseason,
Devontae's going. Yeah.
Devontae's going to want to leave because, or either leave to another team or go to that team with Rodgers because that's his boy.
And then we thought logically, if Aaron stays, Devontae stays.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I told Johnny all week I didn't believe that. I told Johnny, I said when Christian Kirk happened, and I told Johnny when he said he ain't playing franchise, I literally told you what I say. I went in your room, I said DeAndre.
No, I
said Johnny, he's gonna be out.
Agreed.
He's leaving.
I agree. Devontae was not going to play this season unless he gets his contract, which I thought the Packers would make some moves or restructure some contracts, maybe pay Aaron Rodgers less this year and give him more of a back end contract in order to get Devontae.
Would Aaron Rodgers have taken that though? Aaron Rodgers had the. Let's be honest. Aaron Rodgers had the final call.
Well, hey, at the end of the day, I'm gonna tell Aaron Rodgers, Aaron, do you want to win? Because Devontae gives us our best chance to
Aaron Rodgers
win.
gonna tell you, you need me to win. Without me, you don't win anything.
But I look at
I call his bluff.
Aaron Rodgers. Let's be honest. This man, Aaron Rodgers, kind of like, look. I love the NBA. I'm an NBA guy. Aaron Rodgers kind of reminds me of Kyrie Irving. I think he's very headstrong. I think he'll stick by his word.
Let me ask you this: without Devonta, are they a playoff team?
Yeah, because division's weak.
Yeah, I would say because that's
If the division got stronger, maybe. But if Chicago, we'll see what Justin Fields look like. But
are they a title defender or a title contender?
No,
maybe.
Okay,
maybe because you know what? Look, the best.
I said this last week. I said this a couple weeks ago. I said I can't trust Aaron Rodgers anymore in the playoffs. If they're a number 1 seed throughout the season,
they'll get bounced.
I'll still say they'll get bounced.
Well, okay, he's based it off of pass protection. That's fine. But what I'm saying, as far as that race, they're in the race because think about it, you have Tampa Bay, LA, and Dallas is a question mark. That whole NFC East is a question mark. What else you got? The Niners, we got to see what Trey Lance looked like. So there really aren't that many teams where.
But either way, you came up short every year with Davante Adams. So what do you think is going to happen without him?
You might get better luck. We don't know. We gotta wait and see how you play the game. But what I'm saying is because you look at that's why you play the game. I'm just saying though, as far as the race, if the Green Bay Packers were in the AFC, there's no chance because the AFC is just too deep. But in the NFC, there's only 3 real strong teams that we can look at right now and say these teams are legit. Do you believe in the Cardinals? I take the Green Bay Packers over the Cardinals still. I take them over Dallas still. I take them over, not the Niners, of course. But a lot of teams, I still take them over.
I think if Watson goes to New Orleans, I think they're right back in that.
That changes things also,
They're right back in that title conversation.
Yeah.
But if he goes to Atlanta,
they'll be solid
and we'll get into that later on, but I don't think...
They'll be competitive.
Yeah.
But I think definitely if the Packers will still be a competitive team and possibly can still make a run.
To me, it's still between Tampa and L.A. Now that Tom Brady's back, they kind of brought back some of their own guys. It's Tampa and L.A.
Shout out to Devonta Adams. Shout out to One Nation, Raider Nation. Shout out to the boys. Silver and black all day. We got Chandler Jones. We didn't get talk about my man Chandler Jones. I know we talked about it a little bit.
We're about to get to that. So
go ahead.
With free agency starting off right now, guys. Obviously, lots of deals have been made. Let's just kind of talk about some of our favorite moves.
I got plenty to talk about with the Dolphins. I'll tell you that.
You might start going crazy.
Let's talk about some of our most favorite and least favorite moves. Who wants to kick this off?
Let's go with my favorite.
All right, what's your favorite?
Chandler Jones.
Okay.
A guy that
I wonder why that is your favorite.
Hey, no. Also, a guy that I watched his press conference today, man. And the fact that him and Mad Max have such a great relationship just makes it all so much better, and that they actually train together in the offseason. I think that's going to be a nasty duo. And I'm glad we got him because I remember we were looking at like Yannick straight. I'm not really feeling Yannick. I know Yannick, especially after Mad Max got the extension, I was like, I don't think Yannick's going to be here once he got the extension. But seeing you get a guy like Chandler Jones for a nice deal, good deal also.
Yeah.
Who still can rush the passer, can help in the run game, especially in this division with all these quarterbacks. Great pickup.
Yeah.
And the corner from Indianapolis, we'll see what he's gonna do. I'm still hoping. Yeah, I'm still hoping Rocky Sin City. That's his name now. I'm still hoping we get Stephon Gilmore and Malik Beasley. I don't even need
Malik Beasley.
No, not Cole Beasley. I was thinking
Cole Beasley.
I low-key wanted Cole Beasley before we found the Davante Adams thing, but now we got that. I'm cool with that. But I still want Stephon Gilmore.
I'm gonna go with the Jets here, guys. I love what the Jets have done this offseason. Talking about
interesting choice,
signing Lincoln Tomlinson from the Niners, who was an offensive guard. I believe the same offensive staff that joined Robert Saleh in New York is also up there as well. So the familiarity is there, the continuity. Mm-hmm. Also, you think about the Jets' offensive line. You have Elijah Vera Tucker, who played really well last year. You're hoping Mekhi Becton comes back healthy from his what did he have?
I think he had it wasn't ACL, but
ankle?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, but he'll be back healthy. And then you have Tomlinson in the interior. Mm-hmm. You bring in CJ Uzomah, who I think
that's a great pickup.
He's a good player, but also I think he's a great leader for a young offense for Zach Wilson.
And then Tyler Conklin,
and he's a real good blocking tight end. So I like what the Jets have done, especially when you consider the emergence of Michael Carter for them last year, kind of become that lead back for them. You get Corey Davis for another year. And then Elijah Moore came on really well as of late last year for that team. And Zach Wilson maybe can't take the next step with these 3 big guys up front and the tight ends. But I like they've been smart this offseason. And potentially, when you think about it, you kind of got Carl Lawson as a bonus free agent because he didn't play a snap for them last year because he torn ACL during camp. So you can count Lawson as a free agent for this class as well. But I like what the Jets have done. Okay. Good for the Jets. I'm happy for them.
Yeah. I some free agent sign. I like Marcus Williams to the Baltimore Ravens.
It's a good safety.
You know, They've needed someone like that for several years.
Well,
So,
I think didn't they try to sign Tyrann Mathieu when he left Houston, right?
Yeah, he chose Kansas City. Yep.
Yeah, that's a good pickup for
So
them.
I actually thought they were going to get Tyrann Mathieu. I thought, hey, maybe this time around they get Tyrann, and going for Marcus Williams was a big pickup. Zadarius Smith, which they apparently that's no longer the case.
You pull a
I thought
Randy
it was-
Gregory.
Yeah, right. So I wonder where he's going to go. I could see him maybe going to L.A. in the Rams, especially them losing Von Miller.
Yeah.
They could use another pass rusher now. Head scratcher. I'll probably go with.
I think we're all thinking one team right now.
I'll probably say Jacksonville with Christian Kirk, but I will throw this out there: Pittsburgh with Mitchell Trubisky.
You think so?
like
Really?
that move.
You
I
think
like
so?
that move.
I like that move for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I just feel like you could have done better if you're Pittsburgh.
You could have, but I'm assuming they're going to draft somebody in the draft.
Yeah,
But I like the potential because I think in Chicago, I think in Buffalo, one thing you saw was they used Mitch's legs a lot more than in Chicago. I'm interested in that.
Can I give one more like that I had that's non-Raider bias?
What do you got?
I like the Miles Jack signing also by Pittsburgh.
Ooh.
I know you mentioned
So
Pittsburgh.
pairing up with Brian Flores.
Yeah, I like the Miles Jack pickup, with especially him and Devin Bush.
I think Pittsburgh might pick up Tyrann Mathieu too because I think they need a spot at that other safety opposite of Minka.
The head scratcher. Did you already go with your head scratcher?
No, you can go first.
Trying to think the head scratcher. I'll probably go Zay Jones. I love Zay Jones,
Sheesh.
but no, not because Zay Jones
you're
can't
not
play.
wrong. You're not
Zay Jones
wrong.
is talented. He can play, and the money he got was crazy. But he's talented. I like Zay Jones. I wish he was still with us, but I just don't understand the Zay Jones signing after the Christian Kirk signing. Like if you're going to go out big money for Christian Kirk, that's cool. But then you go get Zay Jones, who is pretty much the same kind of guy. That's the only thing I don't get about that deal. But Doug Peterson's Doug Peterson, so
I'll give one more like real quick, and then I'll get to my dislike. An underrated move, DJ Chark going to Detroit.
Yes.
I think you look at the Lions last year, that was the team. You know, Amon-Ra St. Brown caught on late last year and caught on really well for that team.
Mm-hmm.
But now you have a true, proven number one X receiver in DJ Chark. He played, I think, the first couple games that got hurt.
Got hurt that game against Cincinnati Thursday night.
So, I mean, think about in the last 2 years, that was a guy who put up 1,000 yards with the likes of who were the Jaguars quarterbacks before Lauren? Oh, Minshew, and Bortles, and that company. So now, I mean, Jared Goff is no Tom Brady, but he's certainly a step up from the likes of Minshew, Bortles. Could be a good culture guy for that locker room as well with Dan Campbell, what they're building up there, and a really good guy to pair up with Amon-Ra. And I'm assuming maybe the Lions do target another receiver in the draft. But I like that.
Yeah, for sure. DJ Chark, I mean, one thing he brings that great size speed combo. 6'4", runs a 4.3, 4.4, I believe. Lanky, can play. He works all areas of the field, can work the short area, middle area, deep. So he's just a nice, complete receiver. I feel like he'll fit in well with that team. And he's on a 1-year deal, kind of prove it. He's working his way back from that fractured ankle that he had, as I mentioned, that game versus Cincinnati. So it's good for him trying to cash in for next year's offseason. And also, when we look at Detroit Lions offensively, I mean, it's kind of looking nice over there. You have Jared Goff, who solid. I'm not going to say he's great, but he's solid. Productive quarterback. I mean, if you're over here saying Mitchell Trubisky's good for
I'm
the
not
Steelers,
disagreeing with you.
Jared Goff. You have Swift and Jamal Williams in the backfield. You have Chark and Amon-Ra St. Brown at receiver. You have, as you mentioned, they still might target another receiver in the draft. T.J. Hawkinson, one of the best tight ends in the league, and that offensive line looks stacked as well. So offensively, Detroit.
I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Let me ask you this then. Since we're talking about the Packers not being maybe without Davante Adams, are you ready to say Detroit?
Where's the camera? I am all for the Lions to make the playoffs.
To win the division?
To win, yes, I'm all for it.
I won't say they'll win the division.
This is a Dan Campbell friendly podcast.
Damn. No,
all for it.
I'm not going to stake myself on that.
Hey, you ready to jump off that?
No.
I'll do it for you.
No. But I will say I can see Detroit being second in that division.
They'll be competitive. Last year they were competitive.
Like I'll make the bet. I can say Detroit will finish second.
So you don't think if Minnesota is healthy, you don't think Minnesota is better?
Nope.
Still having Justin Jefferson, still having Kirk Cousins, having Dalvin Cook, having
We'll see,
they're too inconsistent.
Because I still have questions about their secondary, and Barr's a free agent. I don't know if they're going to bring him back. And They're trying to trade Daniil Hunter.
Yeah.
Too. So I don't know if Minnesota's kind of like in that rebuilding kind of mode.
But then they extended Kirk Cousins at the same time, which to me makes no sense.
It's weird. It's weird.
I don't know. I think my loser, it's gonna be the Cowboys, and I say this only because I really don't know I don't know the direction of their offseason whatsoever.
I second that.
Because you traded Amari Cooper, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you basically netted a 5th round pick because you swap 6s with Cleveland, and then you cut Lyle Collins today. The problem is, why do you announce beforehand that you're going to cut these guys, and then out of nowhere go, oh no, we're going to trade him instead?
It makes no sense.
It makes no sense because nobody's going to trade you.
Exactly.
That's why Cleveland offers you a 5th round pick, because at the end of the day, it's something.
And what's crazy about it is because the belief was by letting go of Cooper and re-signing Gallup, who we would get slightly less, cheaper, we would be able to, re-sign Randy Gregory
And Cedric Wilson.
And those guys, and you didn't do that. So now
But then you franchise tag Dalton Schultz $10 million a year, and Dalton Schultz he's not a $10 million a year tag. He was not worth the tag.
Exactly.
And then you cut Lyle Collins because you believe in Terrence Steele, which is great and all, but now Connor Williams is gone. You have other holes along the line.
Mm-hmm.
Was it just not worth it keeping?
I hear what y'all saying. Let's just keep it real right quick. Sorry, Tony. Much love, brother. Cowboys are going to be a bad team this year. The line's old.
But then also there's the uncertainty around Mike McCarthy because, people are saying, oh, what if you're just going to tank this year, fire McCarthy is the excuse, and then trade for Sean Payton? It's like,
could be it.
Well, why would you do that if this roster was so good to win right now? Why try and waste it?
Was it, though? The line was beat up last year. The line's only getting older.
But going into this year, I thought going into this year, if they kept their own, then the Cowboys would be fine.
I see. My thing was with the Cowboys, just the line was old. The defense had flaws in it. You need that. I definitely losing Randy Gregory here because you need the pass rush at least. Yeah. I think they should have got DB probably, but I think this team's gonna be bad this year. I think it's gonna be one of those years where it's just a bad year. I'm not saying they're gonna be like 2 wins. They'll probably win like 6 games, 7 games. That's gonna be it. Guys don't see the line holding up.
And the other thing I didn't get is, there were reports of the Cowboys, being interested in Zadarius Smith,
Von Miller.
There were reports of a lot of interest between them and Von Miller. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, the reports came out. Cowboys didn't make any effort. They didn't make any effort to sign these guys. Von Miller was the guy who I'm sure DeMarcus Ware talked to in his ear about coming here to Dallas.
Yep.
To finish out his career back home. But the Cowboys made little or no effort to sign a premier pass rusher.
Well, they said Jerry Jones really was trying to get. Jerry Jones was trying to sell Randy Gregory, but do you think also part of it was
that was a whole mess too?
Do you think part of Von Miller though is Von Miller wants to win? Like all the moves he's made has been to like win, have a chance to win another title. You don't think he looked at the Cowboys and said, "I can't win here. Like we're not gonna win."
Well, also, I'm sure Buffalo throwing in 6 years for
better deal.
Better deal, but at the same time,
and a better defense. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but at the same time, was it the only deal he got?
Yeah.
Which is the question.
We know the Rams are going to be there.
Yeah, well, the Rams were there.
I don't think they'll give him a 6 year, though.
I think if you're Dallas at this point, the only thing you can do right now, one, sign Jaron Curse.
And they haven't yet.
Yeah, they haven't done that. That's the one thing you need to do at this point since you have all that cap space now available, since you didn't re-sign any of those other guys.
That's what I'm saying. It makes no sense.
There's not really that much on the market on pass rushes, but the good thing is this draft class is loaded at 2 positions of need for Dallas at this point, which is receiver and pass rusher.
Yeah, who would have thought they needed a receiver again?
Yeah, which is crazy. If I was Dallas, if I was GM, this team would already win a Super Bowl.
And then you're paying Gallup $10 million a year, but he's coming off the torn ACL.
Yeah,
they can say CD's ready for that wide receiver 1 role, but truth be told, have we seen CD do anything to prove that to us?
Exactly.
Have we?
No, I agree.
It's full of horrible contracts. You pay Amari Cooper, $20 million a year, and what has he done?
Yeah.
You overpay Jalen Smith. You overpay for Zeke.
None of those contracts turn out good for them in the future.
You're paying Dak $40 a year, but hypothetically, if you do this 2 years ago, he's making 27, 26 a year.
Yeah.
I think, honestly, everything y'all saying is correct. And, usually the Cowboys can have flaws and get through it, but that was back when they had the running game that was strong. They could run the ball, keep the run the clock. They can't do that anymore. Zeke, we got to see. I hate to say I love Zeke, but I don't think Zeke.
It's the contract that makes it worse. The contract makes it worse.
Yeah, the contract makes it worse. I think Zeke's kind of like, he ain't going to give you that production he gave you his first couple years in the league. And that line, like keep saying, I know I'm sounding like a broken record.
But you're right.
Line's getting older.
You're right.
They're injury prone. They're older. Like 5 years ago, best line in football. But times have changed. It's like this team just needs a whole rebuild, a retool.
Yeah.
I mean, Dallas, what they need to do, I would say try to target, keep doing what they're doing as far as like Von Miller, like going for the guys that are from Dallas, from that area. I would try to get someone like James Washington as a receiver, third receiver. He's a guy who
Jarvis Landry still out there.
Yeah, Jarvis
Julio
Landry still out there. James Washington, especially because he was buried under Pittsburgh's depth chart at receiver.
What about Will Fuller?
I think Fuller goes where Watson goes.
Yeah, that's my belief.
That's what you think?
I think Fuller.
I like the Washington move also that you're bringing up.
Also, I think Dallas should go for pass rushers. They need to get a guy like Jerry Hughes because I don't think he's coming back to Buffalo now that they got Von Miller and Jerry Hughes. He's from Texas, played his college ball at TCU.
Yeah. Would you take Dallas to win his division still? I think for me right now it's the Eagles, the Washington Commanders.
Depending if Hurts takes another step this year, I can see Philly kind of making
I like the moves they've made also.
I can see Philly making a surprise run, but
I do like the Hassan Reddick.
And they're still trying to bring back Fletcher Cox, so...
Oh, we have an update from Shefty. Carolina has been informed that they are out of the race for Deshaun Watson.
I'm loving this, bro. It's like LeBron James, the decision.
It's Saints and Falcons.
Those remind you of the decision with LeBron James when he started telling people slowly, New York, you're out.
I'm getting pretty damn tired of this. Wait.
It's like, bro, we liked this 10 years ago when the decision happened.
Okay,
LeBron, we liked
I'm glad
it.
we're talking about Deshaun Watson now. This is some bullshit.
We ain't there yet. We're technically not talking about it, but...
We'll get to here in a minute. But the Cowboys, one more point about the Cowboys. They're like the Knicks of the NBA. Or like the Texas of college football. They're a team that has the money, has the nice facilities.
They're the Lakers of this year.
They'll take care of you, but at the end of the day, the team is all bark, no bite.
They're the Lakers.
Yikes.
This season's Lakers.
Yikes.
But as a franchise, they have been the Knicks.
Yeah. The Knicks.
The big name. It's down.
Can you say the Yankees? Have the Yankees been any good?
I don't watch baseball. They won a couple years back, though, right?
The Yankees have they done anything recently?
But I get what you're saying because it's like we're the Knicks, we're the Cowboys. Everybody's gonna go play for us, and it ain't like that. Like it ain't sweet like that. You know what I mean? The Cowboys, like, cool, it's the Cowboys, but
the only positive I could see them doing is maybe they do bring in Bobby Wagner.
If I'm Bobby Wagner, why do I go there?
The Dan Quinn connection.
No, if I'm Bobby Wagner, I want a chance to win.
Bobby Wagner, I think he might go to a team like Denver. Go with his guy Russ.
Steve Russell Wilson put that tweet out today.
Yeah,
talking about my guy.
They have a spot. They need an inside linebacker.
That defense would be disgusting with Bobby Wagner.
Think about it. Bobby Wagner's a little older. Chance to get a ring.
Shit, Rams might take a shot at him.
Rams, those contenders. This is gonna be let's already be real. The Cowboys probably gonna be a shit show this season. We know Jerry Jones gonna be on the live every weekend on the radio.
Yeah,
taking his subtle shots.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And I don't know, man. I think Kellen Moore's going to struggle this year also with less talent on the team, on the offense.
You're not wrong about that.
Yeah.
What is going on in the world of comic book movies, nerd stuff? Anything exciting going on?
Well, it was recently reported that Madam Web is going to play the role of like a Doctor Strange in the Sony universe. That got reported. Also, Sydney Sweeney from Euphoria is being cast in that movie. I love her. I've been said, and you go back and watch Dre and Jason, those videos we done. I've been said she needs to be in the MCU. So, see her finally come over to Sony and Marvel. That's great to see. But yeah, not much really going on, man. I mean, we got Batman still out. Batman's still doing his thing. And
it just crossed 500 billion.
Did it?
Or 500 million.
That's great, man. I'm glad to see Batman doing so well. I'm not surprised because Batman's Batman. You kind of know what you're getting with Batman, but overall, man, ain't been much out there really.
Yeah, they did drop the Ms.Marvel trailer this past week,
which I enjoyed.
Yeah, it was good. Like Ms.Marvel, and I said it on our channel, is like heading into this year when I thought about the upcoming Marvel Disney Plus shows, I was thinking to myself, I'm not trying to watch Ms.Marvel. And then I ended up watching the trailer, and it looked solid. It definitely gives you that high school Edge of 17 vibe. If you've ever seen that movie, you gotta stop bringing up Kissing Booth every time we talk about high school.
It gives you that vibe, but I think it'll be good, man. You know what, man? I'm just happy because it's something for people of different cultures. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, the representation's
all. And I think, when we look at Stan Lee, rest in peace, Stan Lee. That's all he was about, man, is giving people different stories that they can relate to and find connections to. And I'm just glad that people of Middle Eastern descent can have a character that they can look at, especially women and young girls can look at and say, hey, that's my character. She reminds me of me. It's someone I can look at and be proud of. I mean, that's how I felt. I know when we got Black Panther, the movie, I remember going to the store and I saw a kid have a Black Panther toy. He was all excited about it. It was kind of just a dope moment. Like, it's kind of nice to see representation, show that all of us connected through these comic book movies and these stories. So I'm definitely excited for this. Also, I'm excited for the actress because I saw her do her little video about the trailer and everything, and she seems like a sweet girl, and I think we should give her all our support. I'm sure people are going to support her because she seems like she's very intrigued, wants to be a part of this, and I'm happy. I'm happy for her too. So
yeah, I dig it. I'm excited. I
went on a little rant there and had to speak my truth.
That's good truth though. I dig it. I'm excited. Really, I mean, with this and Moon Knight with Oscar Isaac, you're seeing a lot more representation in the MCU, and people can say what they want about Marvel movies, but I think at the end of the day, what Marvel has done so well compared to other movies, other genres, other film companies, diversity is what they're all about.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
I think that's what Marvel has done so well, and that it's not just
forced.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's different. I mean, it's different than. I mean.
And also with Marvel, to add on what you're saying, is like you look at what Marvel's done. They have the young generation, they have our generation, they have older generation. Like they have every group of fandom that you could want. You have all older people, younger people, our age.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that's dope also. And also, you know what? I know we were talking about this before we started filming and stuff like that, but I think we all can agree that some of Marvel's best projects are the ones that you don't expect to be good. Like Ant-Man, I didn't go into it with no expectation. I was like, I'm going to see what Ant-Man's about. Same with Shang-Chi. I was like, I'm going to see what it's about.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy, another one. We just enjoy those films. You know what I mean? So I think that's dope.
Yeah.
So I think this has the potential to be great.
We got to talk about Marvel adding some Disney Plus, or for his Disney Plus content. It got a lot of the Netflix Marvel series, Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage.
I'm excited to see. I'm excited for them to bring back Daredevil.
Yes. Oh
I'm
my
actually,
God.
I'm waiting for my girlfriend to start. I'm excited to watch it. DeAndre already finished. I haven't watched it yet. But I have been watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I actually enjoy it.
It's a good show.
It's fun. I mean, it's cool.
I always love seeing more Phil Coulson.
Yeah.
Phil Coulson he's a fun character. I like him.
But no, I like.
Hey, it's better DC Legends of Tomorrow.
I liked what Disney is just doing in general as far as introducing adult content, because I feel like with some of these characters that we're diving into now, Moon Knight, Blade,
Deadpool,
we got to have some mature stuff because you can't tone down characters like that. I feel like that's a waste of a character if you're just going to tone them down.
I think the way Disney Plus went about it I don't know if y'all saw it. I remember when I'm sure you logged in your Disney Plus accounts. When I woke up, I saw my account. I had to actually do parental consent, let everybody allow him to get in, allow my sister, my mom. So I had to so I guess they did give people the option that if you don't want that for your kids, you can pick and choose who gets to see what, which I think was a good idea for them to do.
Yeah,
to keep everybody happy.
And I just want to bring up this because I think it was the parent council, something like that. That
they said it'll ruin the image of Disney.
Yes, it ruined the image of the company. They won't buy Disney. They'll unsubscribe to Disney Plus. And I just looked at that, and I thought to myself, "Shut the fuck up!" That.
Well,
y'all say that shit now. Y'all will literally say, "Man, I'm gonna cancel my Disney Plus subscription because this shouldn't be on there and all this." But guess what? A month later, when that Obi-Wan Kenobi series dropped, you gonna subscribe right back to Disney Plus.
Also, I think I agree. I understand what you're saying, but I think also a lot of people weren't thinking they were gonna have this parental consent thing, you could control it. I think they thought you was gonna be able to see it all on there, and you wouldn't have no control over it for your kids. I think that the fact that they did the route that they did, I think people are more calm and cool with it now.
No, but the fact that y'all thought that it was just going to be out there in the first place.
Well, I mean, they didn't really give an explanation if they were going to do the show.
I just like the thought of them saying, "Oh, this is going to ruin Disney." It's do you know how big Walt Disney is?
Yeah. Well, I mean, certain shows like The Punisher. I mean, I ain't for you want that as a Disney we represent this. You know what I mean? I don't think Disney would want that.
But Punisher is a character within a. Marvel. He's a Marvel
for sure,
character.
But as far as Disney, as far as who sees it, they want the consent to be for adults. Unless you want your children to see that.
Yeah.
You would never have a Punisher walking around the Disney theme park with the guns and everything. You would never have that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Why is Kenneth pulling up Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Rotten Tomatoes
Oh
reviews?
man, he trying to take. Hey, get it ready, Kev. Get it ready. He coming.
S.H.I.E.L.D. hacked it. No, but I mean, I'm excited about what Marvel's doing.
We ain't talking about Moon Knight.
Yeah, I feel like Moon Knight's the first big test for a lot of the darker content.
I don't know if y'all
because-
saw that little clip they had today.
Oh, what, the elevator?
Yeah, it was pretty dope. I liked it. It reminded me like some horror stuff. I haven't got a chance to see it, DeAndre, but it was really dope. I'm excited about that show and hearing that there's some people that already have seen like the first 3-4 episodes. They sit there and enjoying. It's amazing. So I'm hoping.
I like it.
And Oscar Isaac's a great actor, so I think if anything, it's gonna be dope. So,
But yeah, so I mean, I'm excited about the future of Marvel. I think that's the short
how can
version.
you
of
not
it.
be, man? They keep on finding a way. I mean, I know a lot of people thought after Endgame we were done. It's gonna be like, oh, what else can they do? But now
starts
you're
over.
seeing Blade, Black Knight, Moon Knight. A lot of stuff is coming. You know what I mean? We got new content. We got Fantastic Four on the way now. X-Men. Like, there's a lot of stuff still coming. Black Panther 2 still coming. So there's just a lot of stuff.
We
still
got
being moved.
a lonely, depressed, and broke Peter Parker now.
I'm happy about it. He's finally grown up.
Yeah, he's
still-
broken, depressed,
I'm
and
still skeptical about Black Panther, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see with that movie. I believe in
Yeah,
Ryan
I'm
Coogler.
interested in the
I trust
approach.
Ryan Coogler and Kevin Feige.
If y'all don't know, my
You know-
my stance has always been.
I'm not gonna say that. Never mind. I had a joke. I'm not gonna say it.
I know you about to say.
Well, no, I was gonna say if y'all don't know, my stance has always been like recast T'Challa. I just feel like he's too important of a character, and also I just feel like with comic book movies, you just it's kind of hard to retire a character, and especially one of the most important characters in
and to continue a story without that.
Exactly. I just find that hard. Like, I get the argument, I get the debate, I get the respect. Like, and I've seen Marvel respect Chadwick Boseman several times, with the whole Disney, the statue, the mural, Howard having the hall named after him. Like, you can honor Chadwick Boseman without...
The Black Panther, the Marvel credits.
Exactly. Yeah, in Marvel credits.
Yeah.
And this new movie's probably gonna have something too. I understand what Johnny's saying. I think honestly, Marvel has thought about like from a business standpoint, they should have pushed the movie back first off if they were gonna do this. If
They
don't
should
want to
just
be
scrapped
cast.
it for now and figure.
Yeah, I
out
would
what
push
they're
it back
doing.
another 3 years, something like that. They could possibly still be doing a movie about
I would
during
have
the blip.
Yeah, I would have pushed it back and maybe like done like a Disney Plus Wakanda series or something.
I think also it's very
Spin-off.
it's very intimidating for a new actor to come in and play because of some fact you're taking up a role that Chadwick Boseman just did. People love Chadwick Boseman, Black Panther.
That's funny that you just mentioned that because this past week, Yolande Noel was asked the question about, and I don't know if you know Yolande Noel, guy played in the first Purge movie and Insecure.
Yeah.
So he was asked about like potentially portraying T'Challa in the MCU, and he said he was up for it.
I mean, Denzel Washington said he was up for Mr. Fantastic. He was down to play that.
Yeah,
I mean, but
I know.
don't want it.
I'm just saying though, but like to say like.
But I'm not saying that
actors
you
are
won't
kinda
want to do it.
scared of-
People are gonna want to play it. But I'm saying the fact that you gotta look like, let's say your man did it right. The expectation is gonna be Chadwick Boseman's the bar. So if you don't live up to that bar, it's gonna be like he was bad. It's kind of how like,
not really because
it's like how Batman is.
No, but it's different because I feel like as long as I'm getting a solid, as long as you're portraying a solid interpretation of the character, I'll be fine with it. Whether or not you're up to Chadwick Boseman's level or not, I don't really care. As long as I get a good
You gotta think about it, like
character.
Chadwick Boseman brought his own. He actually studied the accent to get the accent right. He studied that. I'm just saying the work he put in, that Chadwick Boseman put in behind the scenes. A lot of actors are gonna put that kind of work in. You don't know they're gonna put that kind of work in for that character. I'm talking about the small things outside of just like the normal, like kind of how Heath Ledger's Joker was. Heath Ledger's Joker's classic because Heath Ledger was doing things outside of the role. He was doing stuff in his personal life to help him play the role. Same with Chadwick Boseman.
with Heath Ledger, I understand them retiring his character or not using his character or not recasting for The Dark Knight Rises because the Joker's story ended with The Dark Knight. You didn't need him in The Dark Knight Rises. With T'Challa, he still had a whole story to go in the MCU.
The whole saga.
A whole saga.
For sure.
to
No, I
continue.
completely agree. I just think that's why I said y'all would move it forward. 'Cause I think it's just gonna be too hard to tell somebody to come in and play a role.
Do you think?
Like
I
there's
saw
certain-
somewhere. I'm trying to remember where, but I think Winston Duke, who plays N'Baku,
Yeah, he's getting a bigger pay.
he renegotiated with Marvel for a bigger pay cut.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes you wonder, would N'Baku maybe have a bigger role?
Oh yeah, bigger role, not Black Panther though. Bigger role. Yeah.
I just think as far as like recasting in general, like I feel like it's it's okay for certain movies. Like Fast and Furious, when Paul Walker died, I understand them not wanting to recast Brian O'Connor because Brian O'Connor is made within that Fast and Furious universe. Like he's made within that movie. The movie was created, Brian O'Connor created within Fast and Furious. Chadwick Boseman, or not Chadwick, but T'Challa is a character from the comics that is brought to life in live action.
I agree.
I feel like those are two different things.
I think to go
just like with
but this is what
with Spartacus, when Andy Whitfield died in
they
Spartacus,
recast it and it wasn't as good.
It wasn't as good, but we still enjoyed the show for what it was.
Yeah,
and
but that's what I'm
Spartacus,
saying.
the reason why they recast it for him because Spartacus is based on a real, that's a real story.
That's the thing though with Black Panther. It has such a love. There's so much love for Black Panther and so much like a hierarchy to it. Like people like put that as one of the top NC movies for them. If you do a movie and it's not good or that quality, it ruins the brand of Black Panther as a whole. It's like when I look at people, like you have people on both sides of the fence. I'm not saying it to be one way or the other. People on both sides. Look at Superman. Christopher Reeves is people's Superman. No matter what you do, Henry Cavill's come in, try to do it. Your man that did the other Superman Returns couldn't do it. People weren't feeling it.
That's funny because there's some people who like Henry Cavill over Christopher Reeves.
There's gonna be people on both sides of the spectrum, but you have a lot of people that would say he ain't Christopher Reeves. So like it's kind of unfair to the person because you're always gonna be compared to that first one.
Well, look at Andrew Garfield.
You're not Tobey Maguire. Tom Holland, you're not Tobey Maguire.
But see, Tom Holland. We're okay with Tom Holland because at least his movies.
Well, he's in a different universe.
They're okay.
He's in a different universe.
According to Kenneth, they're not.
But also Tom Holland's also in a different universe. Yeah, he's a different kind of Spider-Man. That's true.
But I say the reason why Andrew Garfield gets so much hate is because people would say he's not Tobey Maguire and his movies aren't good.
But also, would you add? Okay, if you could say this also though, if you have Black Panther, right? You want a continuation story. If you have a new Black Panther, have a whole different story arc for him. I think people will be okay with that. I think part of it is you want this guy to come in and be our Black Panther we already have.
Yes.
And that's the hard part. With Tom Holland, Spider-Man, Tom Holland's a completely different Spider-Man than Tobey Maguire is, which is why people are willing to accept that because he's completely different. It's not the same person.
Well, it's just, with Marvel exploring the multiverse and everything, and Loki kind of explored variants where they were.
It's the same way you shit on George Clooney all the time for Batman.
What you talking about?
You shit on George Clooney's Batman because he's not Michael Keaton. He's supposed to be Michael Keaton, Val Kilmer's Batman.
Yes,
and he doesn't live up to the expectation.
No.
Well, he has a Batman credit card. That's what did it for me.
Yes,
that killed it for me.
His character was completely different. Mm-hmm. It was a different actor. I respected that. I'm fine with them having a different actor in that same universe because obviously Keaton didn't want to come back. Kilmer didn't want to come back. I understand that. But they changed the character on how the character acted.
In the same universe.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. But if you're going to do something like that, you have to start something fresh.
But if I'm bringing another actor, you're telling me that he can't portray Chadwick Boseman's
because Chadwick Boseman's, that's why I tried to tell you before though. Chadwick Boseman's Black Panther was Chadwick Boseman's Black Panther. He did things outside to make the character that. He was a character. Think about it, Chadwick Boseman, right? Just like the person, Chadwick Boseman. Went to all black college, married a black woman, was big into black culture and doing black films, played all the major black characters, or black role models. So what I'm saying is he was very integrated into like want to be African, the culture, all that kind of stuff. I'm just saying
he wanted to mean something to black people, and I think
you're not gonna have every actor do that. That's what I'm saying. You can't get that from every actor.
For a lot of younger African American kids, like the Black Panther is their first
major superhero
to go. Oh look, he looks like me
exactly
on the big screen.
So, and I don't think you're getting that from a new actor. Not saying a new actor can't come in and do a good job.
It just
but
won't
you're not going to
feel
get that same authentic feel that Chadwick Boseman gave you because Chadwick Boseman put so much into that character. Even if you look at Marvel talked about originally, I don't know if you knew this either, Alec. Originally, T'Challa was supposed to have like a England accent, and T'Challa was like, nah. Chadwick Boseman was like, nah, because he's not supposed to be colonized. He shouldn't have that kind of accent because he's not colonized. So things like that is like Chadwick Boseman put his
but that's what I'm saying. So yes, he brought that to the character. Another actor can pick that up.
No, you can't because that's not part of the role. That's me outside of the role doing my thing and putting my
what are you on it. Okay, but here's my thing. Every person in Wakanda has the same accent, so I don't get what you're saying about Chadwick Boseman has a different. He brought something different. If they all portrayed the same different, the same Wakandan accent.
They don't speak. Don't forget, Chadwick Boseman also learned how to speak the actual African language when he's talking to his father. He's actually speaking African.
So you telling me that another actor can't learn that?
I'm not saying you
You
can't.
literally
I'm
learn
saying
languages when you're doing film.
No, not everyone.
Some people are.
Some people do. The great actors do. What I'm saying though is you're trying to tell me you're gonna get a new actor that's gonna put all their effort into a character.
If you're getting casted as Black Panther,
you don't know
in one of the biggest cinematic universes, one of the biggest film franchises in history, you're telling me you're not going to put the work
there's some people that will take the check.
role.
Some people gonna take the check and say, I'm part of the movie. I take my check and go.
But I'm saying there's some actors, especially if they know what a person like Chadwick brought to the role. You don't think they're going to put their A game into it?
I'm not saying they won't, but what I'm saying is, Alex probably like, but we gotta keep moving. All I'm saying is that it won't be the same as Chadwick. What I'm saying is your best bet if you're gonna start a new franchise, it needs to start with. If you want to do it, Black Panther, it needs to start with a new franchise. He has to be his own Black Panther.
No,
but that's what I'm saying. You don't want that because that takes too much time. You don't waste your time.
It's that, but it's also like, so you're gonna kill him off in the MCU for no fucking reason. When also let's also state this. He's been killed off too. He's been killed 2 times already.
I feel like I'm really on Dre and J right now. I'm not saying you have to. I'm not saying you have to. I feel like we're doing all.
I got a front row seat.
I'm not saying you have to kill him. What I'm saying is you could say this is from a different multiverse, a different Black Panther.
But here's my thing about the multiverse, because I hate that shit. Because why? Because if you bring Black Panther, then okay, why can't we bring Scarlett Johansson back as Black Widow?
It's different.
So you could do that, but say we're not doing that. Say we want Black Panther. You want everything to work for your time. You want Black Panther back, but you want him to continue with Chadwick Boseman's arc.
Yes.
That Ryan Coogler made for Chadwick Boseman. Okay.
Yes.
But that's not how it works. It wouldn't be good. It wouldn't feel authentic. If you're better off, if you want to do that, I'm not saying you can't recast T'Challa. Well, I'm saying if you want to do a new T'Challa, you're better.
You gotta start over.
You're better. Yes, start off with a fresh arc for a new T'Challa. You can do a different storyline. You don't have to follow a certain.
Hell,
you could, bro. There's multiple storylines for different Marvel characters.
What did Riddler say? What did Riddler say in the set? No.
There's different.
It'd be like this, and this is the point I'll make. So, like, say after Civil War, right? Mm-hmm. They recast Robert Downey Jr. as Tom Cruise and Iron Man. Would you have want Tom Cruise's Iron Man to have the same arc and journey that Tony Stark had throughout the rest of the MCU?
Robert Downey Jr.'s journey, yes.
Yes.
And it wouldn't feel weird to you at all?
No. Okay,
I got it.
Here's the thing. I would know, like, okay, he probably won't be as good as Robert Downey Jr. Mm-hmm. But for the sake, I'm going into it as a fan of the character. Mm-hmm. So if I'm going into it, I'm like, as long as I see Iron Man's story continue on and portrayed, but also it's one of those things where it's tough. But yeah, if I could see Iron Man's story carried on, I probably would approve of it.
Yeah, I think you wildin'. It's like, okay, here. You got that Flash movie coming out, right?
Yeah.
They told you Ben Affleck's Batman going to be replaced by Robert Pattinson's Batman in the multiverse.
No, but why would they replace... Robert Pattinson is dead.
I'm not saying he's dead. What I'm saying, what if you want to say we're done with Ben Affleck? We're going to bring that Robert Pattinson's Batman.
We're bringing Robert Pattinson
and make him Batflick. He's Batflick now. He has everything. He's been through all Batman's journey. He already killed Joker, all that shit.
What do you mean?
I'm bringing Robert Pattinson into the Snyderverse as the new Ben Affleck, and he's been through everything Ben Affleck's been through. So we're going to age him and everything, and we're going to continue the story from there. Would you be okay with that?
No. What I would be okay with, because if you're going to continue,
but why not? That's continue the story arc.
No, because Robert Pattinson's Batman is set in its own universe. It's its own thing. Mm-hmm. So if you're gonna replace Ben Affleck, I'd rather you just replace him with a different actor and have someone a different.
What I'm saying is you can do you could do a Black Panther in its own dimension. Like, I'm not saying you could bring him to the MCU if you want to, right? Or bring him to a different MCU if you want to. I don't give a fuck. You can bring him in. We got the Doctor Strange movie coming out soon. We'll see what happens there.
Right.
You come in another multiverse. If you want Black Panther movies, we could do a new Black Panther, new multiverse, and you could build a new character from scratch. What you're talking about doing is not realistic to be a successful film. You can do it, but it's not gonna make the film good.
Well, check the change.org petitions, because
there are plenty of people. We're not talking about.
There are plenty of people who want a recast.
I'm cool with recast. What I'm saying though is, but people want is Black Panther back. It's not about recast. They want Black Panther back in a film. If you told people, hey, we're gonna make a Black Panther film in a different multiverse, but it's gonna be movies, people will be okay with that. It's not about recasting T'Challa. It's about we want T'Challa back in general.
No the hashtag is recast T'Challa, my guy.
Yes, but if you told people, that's because how people look at it. If you told people, hey, we'll give you T'Challa we'll give you T'Challa Black Panther in the MCU, but a different multiverse as a live action, people will be cool with it. They'd be okay, cool.
I feel
I'm lying?
But no. because there's some people who like where his story was going.
That's Chadwick Boseman's story. That's what we keep going back to. It's Chadwick Boseman's T'Challa's story.
It's T'Challa's story that Chadwick Boseman was playing.
Who do you think helped write the script with Ryan Coogler? Chadwick Boseman was helping him write the script.
Yes.
So that's Chadwick
His
Boseman.
story.
Oh my God.
That's what I'm saying. Ryan Coogler and Chadwick Boseman sat down and did all the script and stuff like that together. So you're basically saying you want a character to carry on Chadwick Boseman and Ryan Coogler's projection of where a story of where Black Panther should go.
Yes.
But that's not Chadwick Boseman.
At the end of the day, if Ryan Coogler was like, okay, like, because thank you for pulling that up, Ken. If how many signatures does that thing have now?
60,000 almost.
Damn.
Jesus.
Go ahead.
But Ryan Coogler, if you're a great director, great writer, you're telling me you can't co-write with the new actor coming in?
DeAndre,
But it wouldn't be as.
that's not the
But it's also your
same,
but it's also
DeAndre.
your story too.
But it's my point is he wrote the story with Chadwick Boseman, which means it's partly Chadwick Boseman who gave some of the ideas for the story. You could just bring a new actor and say, hey, we're going to continue the same story arc I had with Chadwick Boseman.
Because what if he doesn't like
Give me your
that
ideas.
story?
And he might have a different vision for the character. Not everybody has the same vision. It's like Robert Pattinson and your man, who's the director of Batman, Matt Reeves.
Matt Reeves.
They have a different vision than what Zack Snyder and Ben Affleck had. It's like if you have Robert Pattinson, say something happened to Robert Pattinson, right? He couldn't be Batman for a couple of years, right? Mm-hmm. And you brought a new guy in there. Say you brought the dude that played Beast in X-Men. And he's your new Batman for Matt Reeves. He's not gonna have the same vision that Matt Reeves and Robert Pattinson had because he's a different actor. He has a different thought of what Batman is to him. That's why I'm saying everyone has a different idea what Black Panther is to them and the story. Not everybody has the same vision. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I feel
You're bringing us the new actor in to carry a vision that's not there no more.
It's not really a vision. It's more of because Chadwick Boseman, when he got the role of Black Panther, he read up on comics. He probably knew about the comics before he even got the role. Read up on comics. So if you're an actor and you're getting casted as T'Challa in the MCU, guess what? You're going to read comics, you're going to find inspiration and carry that on and see how, hey, Ryan, I would like for this to be portrayed on screen. How can we get that?
Then that's a different T'Challa.
No, because it's different T'Challa. It's a T'Challa from the comics. It's literally bringing something from the comics.
It's different because you're taking a
what did Chadwick Boseman bring that was from the comics?
My point is this. You're already taking a story arc that's already been done for one movie, right? And you're telling a guy now that's going to come in and change the story arc for what he wants and what he likes about the comic. Don't forget, there's plenty of comics for Black Panther. He might like a different kind of comic idea than what Chadwick Boseman likes.
Let me ask you this.
So what I'm saying is you might have a...
What would be so fucking different than what Chadwick Boseman's doing right now? Like, what can the actor really... What can the actor really do that can change what the fuck is happening right now?
That's a whole different.
I gotta get ready to get up off here, but I know we gotta get ready to go back to football. I feel like I'm real on J&J. Look, I'm gonna say this right here before we go. I'm about to forget my thought. Different ideas, right? We talk about the Batman. How many comics there are of Batman, right? And how there's different visions of Batman.
Yes.
There's a detective Batman. There's all kind of Batman. More ruthless Batman. All kind. That's the same thing with T'Challa. There's different versions of that character that you can portray. Some people might like the more like Batman. Some people might like more detective Batman. Some people might like more of an action Batman. It's different versions of characters. So what I'm saying is say I'm a guy and I want more, here, I've got a perfect example. Say I want more of Ta-Nehisi Coates' Black Panther later on, where he's more mean, bald head, mean as hell. If I want that version, you done built up this version where he already done opened up the gates to people and telling people about Wakanda and technology and stuff like that and sharing it. You can't have that in the same thing because you already done built this character. So what if I want something new? I gotta build something new.
But at the end of the day, if you're the actor, you're going based off what the director is wanting for the vision of the character.
Directors don't work like that. Directors also take input from what the actor wants to do as far as with that character portrayal.
Yes, they take input, but at the end of the day, it's their word. It's their choice.
No, actually, Ryan Coogler works with Ryan Coogler's also different. He worked with Michael B. Jordan on Creed on a different level. He works with his actors very closely what they want to portray for their character. Because at the end of the day, they're the ones portraying the character. It's my idea, but I want us to be on the same page. Zack Snyder does the same thing. You don't think Henry Cavill had no say on Man of Steel? You don't think if Man of Steel 2 came out, Henry Cavill got no say on what he wants to keep the character? You literally told me how Henry Cavill came out and said, I want to see my character go here now. Or I want to see him go here for the future. Yeah, same thing then. Sorry. Hey, he got all the clip. Hey, he on point with it. But you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying I'm all for recasting. I'm just saying to be realistic and have a good movie, you got to start from scratch. That's all I'm saying.
I'm gonna say that that's bullshit. I feel like
who you agreeing with? What do you think, dog?
Recast.
I'm curious. We got the first one. We got some actual views. What y'all think?
I want to hear both. Yeah.
Yeah, let's hear what y'all got. What y'all think?
I kind of agree with Javante. I think if you're going to recast a whole new actor for that character's journey has already been started up by the previous actor, and if it doesn't flow or make sense, really, I mean, Marvel has already done it once with Rhodey.
And Rhodey barely had any screen time, so it was like, yeah, make it work.
So it made it work, but with T'Challa, you have an established storyline. You have established
4 movies,
his own solo movie, his team up with the Avengers and everything. It's established with Chadwick Boseman's Black Panther. Now I just feel like if you come and bring in someone else entirely different,
it's only fair. It's fair to the actor also.
You're bringing a different actor,
brother?
but it's to play the same character.
I feel like Chad will want it to keep going.
Thank you.
Well, Chadwick Boseman didn't tell us anything.
But his brother said that.
Okay,
he can want it to go, but I just think if
that's
you're
fine. But his wife
going to
also
bring
said,
in Black Panther, you got a whole different Black Panther.
Exactly.
But no,
his wife also said that she was happy that they retired the character. So it's two different.
Let me ask you this.
It's not his character.
Or she was happy that but we can't find and Ryan Coogler said they're going to retire it. She was happy about it. So his brother said one thing, his wife said another thing. We all up in the air.
It's Marvel's character and it's about a black superhero.
Exactly, I agree. Which is why I said just bring a new actor and do a new trilogy.
Yeah, start a new story.
Do a new
Do you
trilogy.
think they should do that?
You've already created a multiverse. You've opened up the multiverse now. Thank you. You open up the We've opened up the multiverse now. We've hit that point. It's not like the multiverse hasn't been established. It's been established now.
No, but my problem is killing.
You're cool with Flash, but reset the Zack Snyder verse.
No, but my problem. Okay, so why do you bring in the multiverse T'Challa?
I'm sure.
Let me ask you. Why do you bring the multiverse T'Challa in? What happened to the original T'Challa in that universe?
Oh, Marvel can figure that out.
Yeah, Marvel really can figure that out.
Defer that to Marvel.
What happened to him?
Okay, we could say he died. I know you're tired of him dying all the time.
Exactly, and if he dies, that's literally the third time you killed this man on screen.
I'm sure Ryan Coogler can find a way to do it. I'm not saying you do it. I'm not even saying you do that. Like we said in the video, I watched your man that made this petition. He literally said part 2. Tell me if y'all think about this. He said part 2 could literally be about the blip during the blip, what was going on in Wakanda for part 2, and then by the third film. If you want to, I told you, I said at the end of the second film, I'd be cool with seeing a new Black Panther. Like you see the legs, the suit, him walking inside the chambers to his throne. I'd be cool with seeing something like that for the third movie.
So you're saying that
you're okay with recasting the character?
Let me finish.
Let
me finish first, dog. I said I'd be cool, but realistically, I don't see that approach being successful long term. And that's the case. You're only getting one more movie with a Black Panther. Would you be cool with that then? You have 2 Black Panther movies and then that's it. We're only doing a trilogy. Ooh. Ooh. I love Killmonger.
Can us a film critique?
Yeah, I see. But my point is you're only getting 2 movies with that character then. So you're better off just
Would you?
Yeah, because you're not going to do a trilogy. You don't probably do a trilogy.
I mean, shit, Thor has 4 movies, so.
Thor has also evolved into a character that's just jokes. We literally look at Thor as jokes.
Facts.
So that's why he's getting a movie. And how they making his movies sound, it's not like he's going to be taking a back seat to Lady Thor.
Facts.
So that's still up in the air. All I'm trying to say is, we can get back to the football if y'all want. All I'm trying to say is, I think there's ways you can do it tastefully where everybody will be happy. Or I'm sure not everybody can be happy, but majority of people will be like, I can take this. I can accept this.
I get that.
I just have a problem with the whole multiverse thing because it's like, if we bring another T'Challa variant, okay, bet. Why can't we bring a Scarlett Johansson Black Widow variant? Why can't we bring Tony Stark Iron Man variant?
I
defer that to Disney. I defer that to
Cap. I got it. Just stop by it. Just like the What If series. What if you brought? What if another variant of damn, what's his name? Claw. Claw come in. He killed Black Panther. So now you have the other variant coming to chase that Claw, but he ends up staying.
Wait, what?
I dig it. Okay.
Say you have you have our Black Panther that right now, right? That's say you have another Claw from another universe kill that Black Panther, our current Black Panther. So the one from the older.
So you would kill off the character for a third time.
Listen, the other multiverse one's fine with his sister for the throne because they do fight for the throne. She's kind of an asshole in the comics and stuff. They're fine for the throne. He decides to take the throne here because they need a Black Panther. Doctor Strange has to open up a lot of doors. We might be getting Professor X. There's gonna be a lot of doors. Like I said, Doctor Strange is gonna show us a lot more of where we're headed. But I'm saying I wouldn't mind that approach because T'Challa and his sister do battle for the throne. Yeah. So if you told me one of them's gonna take the throne, or she takes the throne back home, and he's taking the throne in our universe, I'd be cool with that. I can accept that.
It's interesting.
See,
I'm just gonna say this right now.
Oh, here he go.
If you recasted Black Panther, which, okay, when Chadwick Boseman first died, I was like, okay, let's not talk about this right now. Let's wait a couple weeks, let it simmer. But I swear, I saw people already. Oh, we should retire the character. Retire. I was like, y'all motherfuckers.
This is emotion. Nobody, and also let's be honest, his death was very surprising. Nobody knew what Chadwick Boseman was going through, which made it worse.
For sure.
Nobody knew anything. If you would have known, then I bet Marvel would have had a better idea what the plan was going forward, just in case.
For
but
sure.
The fact nobody knew anything.
I will say,
plan.
though, like after that though, I was like, oh yeah, they definitely should recast. And I will say this: if they do recast, and they literally just continue Chadwick Boseman's story with T'Challa's story, actually in the movies, continue with the new actor that they replaced, and people will be like, "Oh man, I'm not gonna go see it." If they hear that first week that the Black Panther 2 is fire, they gonna go see it.
That's fair.
At the end of the day, motherfuckers is gonna go see it.
They're gonna see it regardless. It's good without Black Panther.
That's what I'm saying. They don't go see it. So
yeah.
Also, if they do my idea, I don't need no. I just want
credit.
Some. Yeah, I need a little. Not no money, Uncle Kev. Just give me.
You want a slot in the.
I need
the
a
credits?
Disney pass to go down to Disneyland and check out that, and I need some just some love.
Slots in the credits.
Maybe a little cameo. Also, if they did bring that, I want the old Chadwick. I want the old Black Panther suit. That fine. The new one I don't like as much.
And
dig it.
final note.
So you gotta get the last word.
Last word. Just want to say this again. When it comes to recasting, and the reason why I'm all about the Black Panther like recast and all this is because Black Panther is a comic book character that is portrayed in live action. It can be done by several actors.
Fair point.
Whereas if it's
bro.
a character like Paul Walker dying in Fast and the Furious, that's different because Paul Walker's character was made within those movies. It wasn't like, Brian O'Connor is this character.
Hold on, Johnny. Kentucky lost, bro.
Are you fuck?
My bracket is done.
Damn.
Mine's been
Kentucky lost, bro. I had him in a championship.
I told you.
GG.
But yeah, if Brian O'Connor was a regular character, and then they said, okay, like was a comic book character, and they brought him into Fast and Furious, that's different.
I dig it.
You know,
That was a fun
That went
fun
longer than
Dre and Jay
expected.
segment.
I know.
I'm
low-key,
sorry.
I'm sorry.
we-
Because you know what? I can never reach DeAndre. He don't know what middle ground is. Either he got to win. He can't take no loss. He got to have.
I respect the hustle.
Yeah. But I'm sorry, guys. I know we ran up the show. We over here talking crazy.
The news of Baker Mayfield today wanting a trade from Cleveland. Cleveland has said no. Really quick, who's in the wrong here, Cleveland or Baker?
I think it's Baker Mayfield.
I think it's Cleveland.
I'll say Baker Mayfield.
I'll say Baker Mayfield. He has to have some thick skin. I mean, Cleveland. At the end of the day, every offseason, every team's going to want to improve. If they can see an opportunity to improve at a position, they're going to do it. So I think it's just one of those situations where, hey, Baker, let's admit it. Deshaun Watson is better than you. So you should understand that if we're going to talk to him, we might actually trade for him. It's business. I don't think you should be too upset about it. As far as I will say, I don't like the Browns report that came out with Chris Mortensen about them wanting
an adult
QB. I thought that was kind of a bit of shade thrown at him. But everything else, yeah, it's just a crazy situation.
Well, you can go next, bro.
We'll see what happens. Okay. I think Cleveland, just because one, I think this guy was facing a big year for his career, contract year for Baker. Last year played extremely banged up. Don't think last year was totally on Baker Mayfield yet.
He also played banged up because he knew, hey, I need that contract extension. I gotta show everything I can.
Should have sat out, but he didn't ultimately. I think that's where all this started from.
Like Josh Allen in his class?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The crazy thing how different they.
Yeah.
Go ahead though. Go ahead.
No, but I think that we'll see what happens. That's going to wrap everything up for this show. You can find it on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, on Twitter. Don't forget to follow their channel on YouTube, Dre and Jay. They do tons of good stuff. As you could tell today.
Yeah.
Yeah, went on the rabbit. I don't know how we got to that conversation. We went on the rabbit hole.
I would like to apologize for making that too long. I know we had a lot to talk about today.
It's okay. It was fun to watch. Also, I mean, it's a pretty relevant topic as far as the future of the MCU goes. Because who knows what's going to happen.
Yeah.
For
We didn't
sure.
get to our top 5 Star Wars movies. And
Yeah,
stuff.
we didn't.
Maybe that's next week's show.
Next
maybe.
week.
Next week.
Yeah.
for
Next
sure,
week, because
for
by
sure.
then free agency will be done. Plenty of free time.
Good
Yeah.
stuff.
But that's gonna wrap things up this week, guys. Until then, hey, you going home? With the
Hey,
final drive.
shout out to Davante Adams, bro. If you watching this, I know you probably ain't, but if you are, I'm copping your jersey as soon as it drop. I'm getting it. I got a cop.
Sour Kids Productions.